Because it was near the road. Just come in. The CBT is where these stations are. So when it's faced there.
Also say that.
I was thinking of like when I went to school.
I'm Lavenda from Mathare 4B. So Mathare 4B is a home to me.
Hey. Hi, I'm Yan. Hi.
And goats.
Kwa majina naitwa Lavenda Utieno. Mimi ni mkazi wa Mathare 4B na nimeishi Mathare 4B kwa miaka 28 sasa hivi. Mathare 4B is a home to me, and then apart from that, this is where I also stay with my entire family. My mother, my father, my kids, my siblings, plus my cousin. The house that we are renting right now, that is where my birth took place in that house. So like you can see, the entire 28 years of my life I have spent in Mathare 4B. I have given birth to 2 kids. They are also learning around here in Mathare 4B. So this is a home to me. This is where most of the time I feel comfortable when there's that burden. When I need, sometimes things are too high, the burdens are too much. When I just stand outside the house and look at the view of Mathare 4B, at times I feel at peace with myself. Mathare 4B is a place where people, the neighbors, they show much love, like much love. For instance, if you don't have food, you could easily go to your neighbor and tell him, hey, I'm hungry right now, I didn't take lunch and I'm headed to supper and still I've got nothing to eat. I'm telling you, Yun, for a fact, your neighbor will give you something to eat. Well, when I was much younger, I wanted to move out of this place because of the stereotyping. When I went to an high school, St. Teresa's Girls, I was being stereotyped because I came from Mathare, and since Mathare is a slum, so most of the time I was being associated with theft, and then they didn't see me as a human being. So growing up, I wanted to shift from Mathare, but after I've seen the love in Mathare 4B, I would rather change the housing or maybe incorporate those things that are not there in Mathare 4B, like for instance, a community park. I think this will just lighten the mood in the area. I know the burden of giving birth when you're still young, and for that reason, I decided to create a group, Ghetto Girls group, so that I would bring in all the teenage moms together, and most of the time we will do an activity. At times, these girls only need somebody to talk to them to ease whatever burden of the responsibility they are feeling inside their heart. So that is when I chip in, have a talk to them. Normally they have these suicidal thoughts. I bring them on board, then like have a chat with them, because they are not the first one and they're neither the last. So normally when we come together, we also do an activity of cleanup, and apart from that, we cook and then sensitize the community also on gender-based violence, on insecurity matters.
Say hi to Yan.
Hi, Yan.
She's watching you.
Ah,
Yes.
I didn't know that. I was thinking you're only recording. So, back then it's a long story, but I'm going to cut it short. Back then in 2015, when I got pregnant, so the person who got me pregnant rejected the pregnancy in 2 weeks. Like, I didn't deserve to live, because now it was really hectic, because now I'm pregnant, I'm still going to school. What am I going to tell my parents? Back then, St. Teresa's Girls was one of the best schools that any parent would wish to take their kids. But now here I am in St. Teresa's School and pregnant. What am I going to tell my parents? But when I talked to my dad after the person who had impregnated me rejected the pregnancy, my dad was more of a supportive system to me. So I used to talk to myself and said, what if there's other ladies outside there that got pregnant, but they do not have their supportive system? Their parents feel like they have, ashamed the family. So I felt like if me, I'm lucky enough to get a dad who has supported me, then why not create a group so that I would also encourage other girls who feel like they have ashamed their family and feel like they do not wish to live again. So that is how I came about with the Ghetto Girls group. Normally when we have our meetings as Ghetto Girls group, and then we tend to share our stories, and at times I will talk to myself and say, what if I had left? Who would be listening to these girls? Who would be encouraging these girls? You get? So I will say, like, I will stay here and give them the shoulder to lean on, and give them the peace of mind that the community or their family cannot give to them. So for their sake, I choose to be here and find partners who could also assist me in making their dreams come true, because some of these girls, they still wish to go back to school, but because their family or their parents feel like they've messed up by getting their first kids, they are no longer interested to, fund their education. So normally when I hear such like stories, this would encourage me to sit back and be the parent that these girls do not have. What I've not been telling you, Yoon, I've got a nickname. Did I tell you I've got a nickname?
No.
I've got a lovely nickname, Lady.
Isn't that what lavender means?
No.
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 Lavender doesn't mean lady.
So Lady is cut short from Chairlady. Chairlady, it means that I can gather girls or I can do mobilization and people could come. You get? You know, it's normally not easy to mobilize people for a certain activity, but me, I'm privileged. I've got that gift in me, so hence the name Lady.